The sequence is based around the heart chakra. So the chakra system is just an energy system within the body that has an associated quality around it. And with the heart, it's all matters related to kindness, compassion, and love. And if any of those things feel already challenging for you to hear, there may be some imbalances or some impurities within your body, mind, and system that aren't quite healed yet. So when we have an open heart, we're able to love and to give unconditionally without feeling like it's taking from our energy or that we're doing it and feeling obliged to do it. There's this beautiful quote related around judgment with the heart. So it goes like this. It says, if we attach judgment to giving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to receiving help. So if you're in work that is continually giving to people and you never take the time to give back to yourself, to care for yourself, you're going to reach a point where you feel so burnt out, you feel that you've got no compassion to give. So the term that's being thrown around is compassion fatigue, and that you just don't even want to connect with people because it's too much energy. If that sounds like you, or if it sounds like something that has occurred in your life before, you can probably trace it back to not having enough time and space to yourself. So if you've got families, kids, or other commitments, it can be really challenging to step up and just say, I need 5 minutes, 10 minutes to myself. And even just finding that sacred space that you feel like you want to relax in can be really challenging. But I encourage you to find and create those spaces for you and just notice how much of a difference it makes for you. So with this practice, there will be associated affirmations with the pose. And what that will entail is me saying an affirmation, and you can silently repeat that to yourself. If you're someone who likes to keep a journal, you can have one close by if anything comes up and you want to write anything down. So I'll say the affirmation, you'll silently repeat it to yourself, and it's not a matter of just repeating it and trying to fake a feeling about how you resonate with the affirmation or not. It's just acknowledging and witnessing how you respond physically, mentally, and emotionally to the words spoken. If you naturally feel uplifted and joyful from the words spoken, then this probably means in that area that there's not a lot of healing that you need to do. But if you feel triggered, or if you feel like something doesn't quite resonate and you feel angry or frustrated or non-believing, then just try to witness that, to notice it as a reflection of emotions that are coming up within you, and even see how you respond next time hearing those words if you repeat the practice. So the poses today will be lateral poses, so getting into the side body, which naturally helps with inhale and having an upward lifting energy. So that's complemented by back bending also. So what you will need today is 2 blocks or 2 things resembling blocks. You may choose to have cushions or other props that help support you. And the first pose that we'll move into today is a wide-kneed child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch and sit your hips back on your heels. So if you have knee injuries and this doesn't feel quite right, just place a cushion underneath your hips and that might feel a little bit better, so it's not so much of a bend on the knees. And then come down. And the first move, keep your hips where they are, but take your hands over as far as they can go to the left. So you get a beautiful stretch into the right side of the torso. And the affirmation associated with this posture is, I feel compassion and empathy for all beings. I feel compassion and empathy for all beings. And again, just witness how those words arise in your body, your mental state. And try and find your stillness and relax into the pose as much as you can. Relax the fingertips if they're gripping onto the floor. And let the hips sink towards your heels, letting the abdomen be soft. And your breath to be calm and equal. And now begin to walk your hands back through center, keeping the body low, and then gently walk the hands over to the other side. So now opening up the left side of the torso. Even noticing how this side presents in comparison to the other side. You may feel more open, you may feel a little bit tighter. And just witness that. And the affirmation associated with this pose on the side is, I forgive myself and am willing to forgive others. I forgive myself and am willing to forgive others. Take 3 more breaths here. Start to walk your hands back to center and come to lie all the way onto your belly. So the elbows are underneath your shoulders and the hands are resting on the mat, the fingertips slightly gripping onto your mat or the floor. The legs are relaxed and you open the chest and feel as though you're drawing the shoulder blades down your back and you're opening the heart. So here we complement a lateral pose with a back bending posture. And the affirmation associated with this pose is, I love wholeheartedly because I give that love to myself. I love wholeheartedly because I give that love to myself. And you'll notice in yin postures, if you practice regularly, that you may not feel a sensation as you spend more time in the pose. So initially when you first move in, you find your edge, which is where you begin to feel some sensation. So it's not pushing beyond where it's really painful, but it's acknowledging that you may be feeling some sensation in your back in this pose. If you start to feel something and then you lose that feeling as though your body started to open, that's when you can start to move deeper into your posture. So the options for Sphinx pose, next level is to bend the knees, providing a little bit more of a back bend here. If that feels too much, lower the legs back down. And just go in stages. So be gentle with the body when we're using the gentler tissues of the connective tissue. They're much slower than muscle. So don't feel as though you need to yank and pull yourself into a posture. Just meet your body exactly where it's at today. If you need more in your pose, there's the option for seal posture. If you're moving into seal, lower the legs, take the hands a little bit wider than the shoulders, keep the elbows where they are, and then just push into the hands. Gently straightening the elbows. Again, if this feels like too much of an advancement, just come back to where you were getting some sensation but it wasn't so intense that you're gripping in your face and you're tensing up in the legs. Try and let the rest of the body still remain passive, gently opening into your back bend, opening the heart, and letting your breath be smooth and equal. Wherever you are, start to lower yourself down towards the mat. Release the arms by the side of the body and just turn one cheek to rest on the mat, letting yourself rest in a rebound pose for several breaths. Allow the fluid to redistribute in the body, to let the connective tissue return to its new and improved state. Turn your head to the other side. And now come to roll onto your right side body. So you may have the legs straight like this, with the elbow underneath the shoulder and the right hand pointing straight out towards the parallel strip of your mat. And you may get enough of sensation in the side body just here. If you're not getting a great deal of sensation, you may try bending the knees, which may make it easier or more challenging for you. So just see how it feels in your body this morning. Or you may even wish to come up onto your right hand. And where you should be feeling this is along the right side of the torso. So sometimes it can feel really nice to hold underneath the right rib cage. And even though there's some effort required in the upper body, see if you can let the torso be passive. Let it relax and bend. And settle into your stillness. The affirmation for this pose is I lead by example. I lead by example. At any point, feel as though you can close your eyes down. Let the practice be internal for you. Let it be your practice. may be physically challenged more than mentally or emotionally. Or vice versa, you may be more emotionally and mentally challenged by being still and hearing words that may not resonate with you at this time. Just let your experience be exactly what it is in this practice that you're doing right now. To move and transition to the other side, you may wish to roll onto your belly, push into your hands and come up to move to the other side. Just notice what that feels like on the right side of your torso as you're transitioning. You're coming down to lie on your left side. Maybe you're bending knees, maybe you're straightening. And the options for resting on the elbow. If initially resting on the elbow gives you enough sensation and then you begin to lose sensation, remember that throughout the posture you can adjust as it suits your body. So there's always the option to come up onto your left hand and straighten the left elbow. But if that's too much for you, just come back down and honor where you're at today. So I'm just bringing my right hand to my rib cage, just to feel the expansion of my breath. Feeling the balance and connecting to the area of sensation. And the affirmation associated with this pose is I am open to being loved. I am open to being loved. Relax the parts in the body that may have contracted again, subconsciously, without you realizing. Noticing how your face feels, relaxing any muscles in the face that are tight and contracted. Neck, shoulders, chest, abdomen, side body and back body. The hips relax, legs and the feet. Come out of the pose. Push into your right and your left hand. Gently come up to a seated position. So this next posture, there's a few variations here that can be used. I'm using 2 blocks, but if you don't have these props, or you know that they're a little bit too harsh for your anatomy, use a cushion and place that under your back. So this is a heart opener where the block here goes in between your shoulder blades, and the block at the back supports your head. If you've got neck issues, place the block or whatever you're using as your prop on a higher setting so there's not so much of an extension for you. I'm going to be using the middle setting for both, and the options for the legs is reclined hero's pose. So both feet coming to the side of the body. If you know that isn't possible for your anatomy, the other options are just to have the legs extended straight, or the feet to come into a butterfly posture where the soles of the feet are coming together. And if your hips are tight, you place blocks or cushions underneath your knees. So choose your variation, and if you repeat this practice, you can move into your posture straight away without having to listen to all the variations. So when you get into your pose with your legs, then arrange your blocks or your cushion so that if you're using a cushion, it lies underneath your back and supports your head. If you're using a block, the block is on its thinnest level to slide in between your shoulder blades, and this block at the back supports your head. And when you get there, the palms rest face up next to your side. The chest should feel nice and open. Take this time to get still in your posture. The affirmation here is when I give to myself from a place of abundance, I can give back to others from a place of abundance. When I give to myself from a place of abundance, I can give back to others from a place of abundance. Gently now, using the strength of your arms or rolling over to your side, start to push yourself up back to a seated position so you can remove your props and come to lie down on your back, just as a rebound pose before our final two postures. And just let connective tissue rebalance. Notice how you feel lying on your back, completely open in the front side body. There may have been shifts from the beginning of practice to now. Trying not to associate good or bad, right or wrong, just letting your experience be exactly what it is today. Now move into banana pose. So bring the legs together and move the heels as far to your right as you can. Bring the arms up over the top of the body, and you may hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hands, providing a lovely bowing into the left side of the body. The option is also to cross your left ankle over the right. Depending on your anatomy, your right ankle over the left may feel more supportive for you. And when you get there, try and be as passive as you can, relaxing into the legs as much as you can. And same for the upper body. Breathing smoothly into the abdomen. The affirmation is, I listen to my heart for guidance. I listen to my heart for guidance. to bring yourself back to center, crossing the ankles, bring the arms back, the legs back. Release the arms for a moment and just take a few breaths in the middle before you transition to the other side. When you feel ready, start to walk your heels over to your left side. Now bowing into the right side body. Upper arms come up and over and come to the left as well. Grabbing onto your elbows if that feels comfortable. And the option to cross right ankle over left or left over right, depending on what feels best for you. The hips and the seat staying grounded on the mat to provide more of an opening to the side body. The affirmation here is I am comfortable in acknowledging how I feel. I am comfortable in acknowledging how I feel. Slowly start to come back to center. Now resting in your final Shavasana, you may wish to place a blanket over you. If you have back sensitivities, you may place a bolster or a cushion underneath your knees. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. And even in your Shavasana, your final resting pose, the affirmation is, I release any blame, guilt, and fear that I have towards myself. I release any blame, guilt, or fear that I have towards myself. For the next few moments, observe how that affirmation makes you feel while connecting with the rise and fall of your abdomen. Consciously shaping the breath here. Maybe for a count of 4 or 5 for your inhale. 4 or 5 for your exhale. Balancing the breath and balancing the mind. Release now any control of your breath. Just observe your awareness at the midbrain, the third eye center. See, sense, or feel a point of light in the midbrain. Gently move your awareness to the throat center. Point of light, relax. Right shoulder joint, right elbow joint, right wrist, right thumb tip, index fingertip, middle fingertip, ring finger, tip of the little finger, point of light, relax. Right wrist, right elbow joint, right shoulder joint, throat center, point of light, presence emerges from the throat center. Left shoulder joint, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, left index fingertip, middle fingertip, ring finger, the tip of the little finger, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder joint, point of light, relax. Throat center,
Bring your awareness to the heart center, point of light, deep in the body, center of the right chest or breast, heart center, center of the left chest or breast, back to heart center, deep in the body, point of light, throat center, awareness in the midbrain or third eye center. Resting now in the presence of the heart space. Start to connect back with your breath, bringing more awareness to your physical body with each breath. As you inhale, feeling the breath connect down to the fingertips, the legs, the toes. As you exhale, feeling that breath awareness move all the way from the toes to the crown of the head. Starting to move thumbs over fingertips, moving the toes, rolling wrists and ankles. And roll to your side. And come up, pardon me, to a seated position. Whatever is comfortable for you. And close the eyes down. As we connect to the heart space and with the whole practice you've just received the benefits from. Come now just into a short moment of building compassion towards others and to ourselves. So bring the hands to heart center in prayer. And if you're visual, the color for the heart chakra is green. So think about something green that you enjoy looking at. It could be an object. You may just already just visualize a green circle in the heart center. And from here, think about someone that you love, a person, place, or thing, and mentally say, may they be happy, may they be healthy, and may they be loved. May they be happy. May they be healthy. And may they be loved. And now think about a person, place, or situation that challenges you. And say the same thing, that person, place, or thing. May they be happy. May they be healthy. And may they be loved. May they be happy. May they be healthy. And may they be loved. And now connect to yourself. So repeating mentally to yourself, noticing how it feels in the body. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I be loved. The color green. Ball. Green circulating energy in the heart center. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I be loved. Softly bow your chin towards your hands to acknowledge your practice, to have a sense of gratitude, taking time today to look after yourself, to give back to yourself so that you can give to others from a wholehearted place. Namaste.